Welcome to the Worthy Revolution, a community of inspired, heart-focused, faith-founded, community-centered, success-minded women impacting the world through their mission, their business, and their stories. Hi, I'm Mimika Cooney and welcome to Worthy TV, home of the Worthy Revolution, where women are impacting the world. Today we're talking about sales funnel strategies. Stephanie Nickolich is a sales funnel success strategist for entrepreneurs who are ready to create passive income streams. Stephanie is a mamapreneur, a Yorkie lover, and a fashion aficionado. I can never say that right, but you know what I mean. She loves her shoes, darling. She splits her time between New York and Miami, and she can be found in her private Facebook group of over 16,000 plus women worldwide. Female entrepreneurs collaborate, helping other women build their business of their dream. So welcome, Stephanie. Welcome to Worthy TV.
Thanks. I'm super excited to be here today.
Well,
can't wait to dive in.
Yeah, I can't wait. You and I connected over a year and a half ago before your precious little daughter was born, and a lot has changed since then, which is why I wanted to invite you back on the show, because you've had so much development. I'm super excited to brag about all your great happenings in your life. But before we get to what you're doing right now, share a little bit about your story, about where you were, because you and I connected when you were doing the Collaborate summit, right? So between then and now, a lot's happened. So give us an update.
So, well, as a result of that Collaborate conference, I actually created my first passive income product, the lucrative list builder. And I've sold over 1,000 units since then. And that doesn't seem like it's such a big win considering it's a $27 product. But that product alone has also contributed well over to an additional $200,000 of indirect revenue. So I fell in love with sales funnels and passive income. I did have a baby, and she'll be one in a couple weeks, so pretty awesome. And I've cut the amount of time working in my business down to a sixth. So I work a sixth of the time that I was working when I started this business, and also on track to probably quadruple our revenue this year. So it's been a really phenomenal year, but I've really stepped into sales funnel strategies and passive income, and I've learned to leverage myself out of my business and still provide really great value to my tribe, but to do so in a way that really respects my space, because it's really important to me to be present with my daughter. So that was one of the driving forces behind this. And now I teach entrepreneurs to the fact that they really can have it all. So you can have the income, you can have the impact, you can have the time, and you can have the freedom when you have the right systems in place running your business on autopilot. So what I do once, it becomes duplicatable. It's not, it's not lost work. So I'll put something in, like, for instance, I created that lucrative list builder product. It took 4 hours to create. So if you look at the direct revenue alone, let's say it's $27,000 just for the sake of numbers, and it took 4 hours to create. That's a pretty good payout for your time, right? So that's really what I moved into, and I love it because it's been my freedom card, and I am absolutely passionate about teaching other entrepreneurs how to do the same thing.
So definitely. So, I mean, back when you started, you were working, like, I know you've talked about this in your own videos, like 16-hour days. You're pretty much trading time for money, and you couldn't scale yourself. So once you have fallen into this passive building product, because most of us think, oh, that sounds fabulous, but how do we ever get there, right? And exactly what is a sales funnel? And I'll have you answer that question soon. But what I wanted to share with my audience is that in one simple year, Stephanie's gone from having a really tight schedule. I mean, when you and I worked together, she was 2 days away from delivering her baby. And yeah, we were doing a sales success strategy, mapping out my own strategy with this. She was about to burst. And since then, having a baby, Stephanie, would you say changed your viewpoints in life and how you value your time?
Oh, no. People have no idea that don't have babies. I had no idea. I had no idea what was going to happen. But thankfully, I was putting the wheels in motion prior to giving birth to my baby. So I took the months during my pregnancy. I was working privately with clients up until month 4. Month 4 on, I was really focusing on creating passive income strategies and really diving into sales funnels and automation so that I could have those systems in place so that if I wanted to be a mom for the day or a week or whatever, that I was available to do that. And I was available to do that without the fear of losing income. because I'm the supporter here in my family. I take care of everything. And so there's no fallback plan. So I had to make it happen. But yeah, my daughter put things in perspective entirely. I would go as far to say that I would definitely not have been this actively involved in sales funnels and passive income if I didn't have Mila, because I had to make a decision. I was at a point in my life where I was like, I am going to become a mother and a single mother, and I don't have the support system. And above and beyond that, I want to be a present mommy. Like, that was so important to me. I didn't want, it was so heavy to think about and so scary to think about the fact that if I had my baby, obviously before she was here, to think about like if I had my baby and I was just, mommy was working 12 to 16 hours a day, and, you know, Mila started crawling and I wasn't there, or Mila started talking and I wasn't there, or she started walking and I wasn't there. It was terrifying. It was so terrifying. And they always say, like, when the pain is enough, the change will happen. And so I was at that point for me, what that looked like for me. And I couldn't imagine one more day where I was working as hard as I was working for my business, not like in my business, not on my business, right? So I just pulled the plug. I made a very bold decision. It was very scary. It was very scary. I had no idea how I was going to match my income, but I did believe that it was possible, and I never looked back. And it was the best decision that I ever made. And because in 1 year, my life and business are basically unrecognizable because of what I've put in place. I work so much smarter than I work harder. You know, it's just, it's insane. I don't know what else to say. It's almost unbelievable to me some days, the way that it's grown, but it's so awesome. And I see how, what this can do for people and what this can do for their families. And it can help their dreams come true, because it's your business it can't just be run by you. There has to be something greater. And when you can step out for a day and have lunch and still get sales, or when you can take, I'm going out of the country for 12 days, when you can do that and there is zero fear involved of how am I going to make this money to do this, that is freedom, you guys. It's not working 80 hours a week or 60 hours a week or whatever it is. That is not freedom by any means. I don't care how much money you're making. And for me, the desire for freedom was so much greater than the desire to live in that space. So
exactly. Well, I tell you, it's totally fabulous, and it can be done. It doesn't have to be a pipe dream. Stephanie definitely shares, and she's going to be sharing in our masterclass in the Worthy Revolution group how exactly we can map that out. But just to remind everyone, here at the Worthy TV, we do a goodie giveaway, and Stephanie is kindly donating one lucky viewer a copy of her lucrative list builder worth $27. So the one that she told you that she sold 1,000 units of, that's really been transforming people's lives. Somebody is going to be winning it, so you need to be in it to win it. So scroll below the video, enter the raffle, do the liking and sharing and tweeting, and do all the good stuff so you can be in it. So let's dive right into some great juicy content, and tell us a little bit, tell the audience, what exactly is a sales funnel and why is this so important to a business?
Yeah. So a sales funnel is basically, it takes someone from being the point of prospect to having a problem. So, you know, somebody always identifies a problem. And typically what's the first thing we do? We go on Facebook or we go on Google and we ask, how do you solve this problem? Whatever it is. I'm not sleeping at night. I mean, anything, right? And we go to our online trusted source and we look for solutions. And you being the solution. So you're speaking to that problem, you're creating a solution, and you're bringing them to your virtual home. Your virtual home is your email list. So it's going to take someone from point of problem to prospect to profit, if that makes sense. And it's going to connect the dots through systems that run behind the scenes. So you're probably in a lot of sales funnels, possibly without knowing it. But if you're anything good at internet marketing at all, most online retailers, sales funnels are huge. They run your business behind the scenes. So it takes someone, it starts nurturing them, it starts talking to them, it starts adding value to them through an emotional email sequence, through your opt-ins. You're adding a lot of value up front, because I say value in the front, party in the back. And then you're positioning the products that they need to solve this problem, and then you're turning them into purchasers, right? And then you're moving them through your funnel through buyer persuasion, elevated levels of support. You're leveraging them through the system based on their needs and how they're interacting with you. And then the other end, they might be booking a call. They might enroll in your high-level mastermind. They might enroll in your cooking class, whatever it is. They might enroll in your sleep boot camp, whatever you got going on. and it's moving people through, and it's all automated. Like, it's so brilliant. I can't even explain it. So
it's basically your silent salesman, right? Instead of you having to hustle your heels to go out there to, yes, you want to pick up the phone and speak to people, but to get those leads through the door, it's a system of basically nurturing people. And this is all done through email marketing. And I know you and I use ClickFunnels, so it's about having the pages where you send people to, they can opt in. So whether it's a free PDF, a video series, webinar, all these things that we sign up for because we're looking for something, and you kind of massaging them along the way. So then you wake up in the morning and you've got, like, sales in your bank account. How fabulous is that?
And that's really what happens. Like, no joke. It's like, oh, we had a bunch of sales. Like, oh my God, this is awesome. So it's like, yes, you're nurturing them, you're adding value, but you're qualifying them as well, right? So as you move people through your funnel, there's going to be different actions that you want them to take. So you're testing if they're going to take that action, and then you're going to speak to them based on the action that they take. So it's once you put it into place, you guys, though, it runs your business. Okay. I am generating, I over generated leads, which then led to me having to build a full sales team. So that was pretty cool, but it's a lead generation machine. As many leads as you want, you can get them. And that's what a sales funnel does. It brings the right people to you, speaks a very clear, specific conversation about solving their problem, whatever that number one problem is, and it nurtures them through the process. It moves them through to paid options about how you can support them. You get people buying. Many people won't buy. That doesn't matter. The people that do buy, that's your tribe. And maybe if they don't buy in the entry point and they move through, you didn't speak their love language yet, you can move them through your sequences and start offering them things that they're really looking for. So it's phenomenal.
So would you say, like, any type of business can have a sales funnel, or do you have to have a certain type of business?
Let me reframe that. Any type of business needs a sales funnel. If you want to scale your business beyond yourself, you need a sales funnel. I don't care what you're selling. Product-based businesses, acai berry diet pills, water bottles, cooking classes. If you knit blankets for a living, if you want to scale your business, you need a sales funnel. Bottom line. I don't care what you're selling.
So really, it really doesn't matter where you are in business, what you're offering. At the end of the day, you are replacing or cloning yourself by providing these solutions and providing this funnel and this. It's like dating, right? Business dating. You're going to get to know the person a little more. You get to share a bit more about you. You offer them something. You don't come out with the first swing and ask them to marry you, right? It's a whole process of a relationship building, and that's what it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So explain to the audience exactly, like, what are the basic steps that you need in a funnel? Like, we know we've mentioned email, but like a lot of them are like, well, what does that mean? And do I need a big technology? Is it a big expense? What does it look like to set one up?
So we use ClickFunnels, and you can get the basic membership. I mean, like, I'm a funnel junkie, so I have way more funnels. But for starters, when you're setting up your first, you just need like the basic $97 a month membership. Listen, you sell one product, you paid for it. Okay, you can sell a product. And then obviously you're going to have a landing page. So wherever you want to have that hosted, you can host that in ClickFunnels. And then you want to tie that into some kind of email autoresponder. So you're going to need something, I don't know if you guys have heard of, like a convert kit. That would be the most basic one. Or an active campaign if you're a little bit more advanced, or an Infusionsoft if you're already making multiple six figures, then make the best investment. Do not make that investment right out the gate if you don't know anything about sales funnels, because it's a big investment in Infusionsoft and it'll scare you. So don't do that. But there's great services. ConvertKit is great. I had an issue with my Infusionsoft and my developer wasn't around. I went and bought ConvertKit so I could set up my own email sequences. And here's the deal. I am the high-level strategist. I know how to create the programs and the pricing and the structure of funnels. I do not implement the tech in my funnels. So that comes up a lot with people who are like, but I'm not tech advanced. I'm like, I'm not tech advanced. Like, I know how to turn my computer on and check my emails, and I build sales funnels for a living, but I don't implement that, okay? So just making that very clear. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call right now. I don't know if you heard that, but my phone rings through my laptop now. So hopefully not. Anyway. So from there, so an opt-in, right? So you need a landing page. You need it to tie into an autoresponder. So for starters, I highly recommend ConvertKit. It's simple, easy breezy. From there, you're going to be sending them an email with whatever they downloaded, and you're going to be taking them to a thank you page upsell. Most people I see in their funnels don't have anything on their thank you pages. It means if there's leads coming in, you're offering them something immediately upon opt-in. People are already in the mindset of exploring you, of wanting to know more about you, about solving that problem. Speak their language with the coordinated upsell. I do that with all my clients. Specifically, right out the gate, you want to build your funnel so that you're breaking even. If you're running paid marketing strategies, right? So that's the first goal. You want to break even with your marketing because that's phenomenal. You have all these new leads coming in and you're not paying anything for them if you just place an upsell on your thank you page.
It's kind of like something basic, like we call a tripwire, like whether it's $7 or $9 or 19 or 27, something that kind of qualifies them to say, okay, they're interested, they're like dipping their toe in the water. And usually, I'm sure you would agree, right? Once somebody's bought something once from you, they tend to buy more. So it really becomes a hot lead then.
Yes. So that's how my lucrative list builder generated all this additional indirect revenue. So I asked the women that are in my high level mastermind, right? This is an $8,000 program. I asked them a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, I could pull the reports and I can see this, but we're here together. So I was talking about the power of having these low price point products, right? And I was like, just for a raise of hands, who has bought my lucrative list builder product? Everybody raised their hand. They all bought the product, obviously, at different times before they enrolled in the mastermind. So it qualifies people. It shows them what it's like to work with you. It builds trust in you. It adds credibility to you. It gives them a taste, but it leaves them wanting more because my lucrative list builder product for just $27 is an amazing product. So it's like if they see I give that for $27, what is it like to work with me at 10,000, right? Or 8,000 or whatever it is. So, that happens. And then the funnel continues on. I don't know how complex you want me to get with them.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to go into more detail in the masterclass. For those members of the Worthy Revolution, this is why it pays to be a member, because you get access to great teaching from people like Stephanie, who's going to be sharing a lot more advanced strategies. So definitely we'll go into more of that in a minute. But definitely what I wanted to share with people today is why everyone needs to be doing this and how easy it is just to start simple. I mean, I know you have a lot of different funnels. You've got different products. As a last tip talking about this, would you say that there is a certain the price point or something that you can sell? Like you say 27 and then you go bigger products. Like you say you're selling these $8,000 products. Somebody's trying to understand, how do you go from 27 to 8,000? Like how would you explain that?
So my method, what I've created and what we go over with my clients is called a staircase to success model. So it goes from free at the entry point, and it connects the dots between information and implementation, because information is free and implementation is highly paid for. Mm-hmm. So between those two set points, many things happen with people, and you're moving them through the funnel at each set point. And that is you're educating them, so that's your first paid product. Typically, my product on an upsell page is between the price points of $67 and $97. I do not put $27 products on my thank you page upsells because for me, I'm always running marketing to the front. So I want it to be profitable right off the bat. And I know that with the right pricing structure, it will be profitable. Okay. From there, then you're continuing to nurture them through your email sequence. You're inviting them to something, an added value something, a training, a live event, a workshop, anything that's adding more value and also qualifying them at the same time. And then you're going to offer them your signature program. That's the higher price point. You're teaching someone how to do something here. And from there, the next piece is you're offering them a customized strategy. So each piece of your funnel goes up in price. Do you see? Mm-hmm. And so some people will make it all the way through the other end of your funnel. Some people won't. They'll drop off. We'll start nurturing them in the front end again, bring them back in. And it is like dating, right? So it's like, let's say I called you up and I wanted to take you out. And I was like, Mimika, hey, let's, how about we do coffee this weekend? And you're like, Stephanie, I'm allergic to coffee. I don't drink coffee. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay, so that didn't really work. Okay, but the next day or in the next week, let's say I call you back up and I'm like, hey, Mimika, there's this movie in the theater and I really wanted to see it. I want to know if you want to go see a movie with me. And you're like, I can't stand movies. Like, I really don't like movies, and you're like, okay. And then a week later, I'm like, hey, Mimika, so I was just thinking, I wanted to invite you if you wanted to go ice skating with me. And you're like, I'm a professional ice skater. Oh, my God. How did you know I like ice skating? And so the more that you're talking to them, there's going to be one point that they probably connect with you with. And that's where you start the conversation again. And now they're listening, right? So it's pretty psychological, but all marketers do it, honestly. And if you want to grow and scale your business, this is your key to freedom. So talking to people, building relationships, getting to know people. What is it that you really want? You don't like coffee, you don't like movies, but you love ice skating. Oh man, now I'm in the door, right? So now when I invite you to a training, you might actually show up because you feel like I actually took the time to get to know you, right? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Definitely. And now you're converting better all around. Everybody's happy. You're making more money. Your clients are happy. They also respect your support so much greater because what you've created is you've leveraged yourself out of your business, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And I mean, that's the way, is you're providing them something that they need, because it's not necessarily about what we want to sell them, but it's what they want to buy. So this is the whole process. But I know we could sit here and talk. I'm a techie nerd too. I love talking about funnel, like what about this and the psychology of that, and what about it gets me totally excited too. And it's part of my strategy as well as providing more value to people, nurturing them more, and getting these things set up. But just to remind everybody, if you want to win a copy of the Lucrative List Builder, you need to be in it to win it. So scroll below the video and enter our raffle copter giveaway. It's only up for 7 days from when this interview goes live, but you can watch this interview however long you'd like to. But also make sure to, if you've liked this video, click to subscribe and share it with your friends. I'm sure you know someone who would love to hear what Stephanie had to share today. And add your comments. I'd love to hear what are your aha moments, any questions you might have. We'll definitely be checking back on those. And then if you want to get more information that I only share with my newsletter community, go to worthyrevolution.com, and I actually have a freebie for you there too. We have some great giveaways that we give away in the community. And then Stephanie, tell everybody, how can we get in touch with you?
So you can find me at my Facebook group, Female Entrepreneurs Collaborate, or you can connect with me on my website. I have a contact page, stephanienicklich.com. And if you need some sales funnel love, please come find me. We have lots of business building downloadables to get you started. I'm going to put you in the funnel.
Exactly. And she's got an awesome funnel. You'll definitely love it. So definitely. And we'll have all the show notes below the video as well for you to find Stephanie. I'm going to say thank you so much for sharing your awesomeness with the world. I said we could talk forever and a day, but we will be talking again in the masterclass. So if you're not yet a member of the Worthy Revolution, make sure to join our community. We share great experts like Stephanie on a monthly basis, so it pays to be part of the community. So I'm going to say thanks everyone for watching, and remember, you are worth it. You need to believe in yourself. You can do what you love and be paid for living your dream. So until next time, everyone, take care.
Bye.